aspects and the things you think resonate the most with them?
So, Bear Country is a complex narrative, and it follows the stories of a bunch of different people. And so it has an ensemble nature to the cast. We have a very big cast. We have Mila Dobrev, Aaron Paul, Dennis Vato, Luke Evans, Teresa Palmer. And I'm not sure if you know, but I worked before with this director, Derek Bort, on a movie called Unhinged. So I knew Derek was a very good filmmaker and would approach the complications of this in that same energetic way. So the story never lets up, but you never know what the story is. The narrative unfolds in ways you cannot expect, particularly when you get to the end. And so, but along the way, these characters are all so committed to the insanity of the things that are happening around them in their life that it's very amusing to watch. So I hope people get to see it, because I really, really, really like Feed.
And do you, if you had to recommend one of your movies to a boys or a girl of Gen Z, what would it be and why?
I didn't quite catch the
If you had to recommend one of your movies to a boy, of a girl, to a teenager, what would it be and why?
Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure necessarily that cinema is for that kind of direct construction. However, you asked the question, so I'm going to answer it. Il Gladiatore will teach you about honor and the importance of La Familia. Austrian Commander, teach him about loyalty and fealty. You know, there are a few movies in the things that I've done which can have a profound connection to a young man. But I would say that those two are very important. But there's also a thing called Cinderella Man, which is about somebody who's facing the worst kind of situation, but still goes forward. Because they go forward, they end up achieving what they had set out to achieve. So it's kind of very serious questions. Would probably take me a month to write a dissertation, but that's the answer I have to them.
Russell, talking about teenagers, could you give us some tips to become an actor?
Some tips to become an actor.
Yeah.
Okay, I said this today to the students that were in the room. I said one of the things that you have to realize is that there's only two rules to cinema. It's detail and collaboration. You got to focus on all the things that you know, and you got to focus on the fact that you need to work with other people, you know, with fellow actors if you're an actor, but a director with actors, a producer, a director, and all these different creators, from makeup people to costume people to set designers, you know, and it's the grand collaboration of all of those groups and all of those entities which makes great film. So detail and collaboration. So the way you might assist yourself as a young film. Solely the dance. Dance at the these walls. Find out what you've got to do, what your contribution is to make that flow. Don't sit there. Get deep into yourself about it. So, you know, whether you're a producer or a director or a DP, it's still the same thing, right? Learning to dance will give you the instinct and rhythm that collaboration is the level of collaboration that's required to make it right for.
Just one question. Can I ask one question? Only one. Anyone. So, oh my God. So the AI is much more used now in cinema for actors, for dubbing. What do you think about this phenomenon?
I think we have to be a little bit careful with it, you know, because it takes away the human effort. You know, I've received a few scripts lately, for example, and you know exactly when they push the button on the AI machine because things don't quite make sense. You know, they might have got themselves to a certain age count, but that one's going to go straight in the bin, as far as I'm concerned. We're in a situation where world governments have not moved fast enough to put the right kind of shape in place. I don't want to stop AI because once we learn how to use it, it could be the most amazing creative tool that's ever existed. So I do understand it from that perspective as well. But, you know, when it comes to our online life, you know, every country suffers from the same situation where No, there are people who are bad actors or people who are doing things to hurt people on purpose, and we haven't actually put the controls in place. So it's going to be a little bit of a wild ride, I'd say, in the next year or two, because it's coming on a lot faster than we thought it was going to do.
This is a place full of joy. Just one message to the world. This is a magical place and full of joy and happiness. Do you want to send? Yeah, Taormina and this place, where we are now.
Absolutely.
Do you want to send a message to the world of peace? That's what is happening around the world at the moment.
Well, tonight is a very special night for me because I'm receiving a lifetime achievement. And I'm receiving it in a place that I have a great book offer. I've been here multiple times. I've been here when there is a festival. I feel you on vacation with our actors. You know, it's very special for me to be here, particularly standing in the Asian Free Theatre, the screen on the top of there. I'm very honored to be here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was a
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Basta che ce le potete fare, stavo da mia parte trappi, sono tremato, io pure ho tremato.